How's it going, everybody? It's Shenanigans here to bring you a Hollywood video, and more so, I guess, talking about the strike and what's been going on, and I guess the healing that has kind of happened since then. We don't have as many actors being able to do these interviews and just about the dumbest shit, but that also means we don't have that content. That's fine. Something that also happened because of the strike and everything going on in Hollywood, the late night hosts have not obviously been available, and something they're going to be doing to remedy this is coming out with this Strike Force 5. Now this is a fan-made one. They don't actually have Conan O'Brien in there. It's just these 5 guys in the bottom, but it just shows you that they don't, if they were really all about the late night host, they would have had Conan as well. But I like how this person puts it, it would have been great if Conan was a snarky villain. The other stuff that has Hollywood and everything kind of jumbled up and crazy. You got the stuff here with Disney, and Echo is now going to be delayed until, I think they said January. If it shows it in here. Daredevil, of course, pushed back even further back because it hinges on Echo. Agatha Harkness changed its name from Coven of Chaos to Darkhold Diaries. Stupid. And they're still keeping Loki where it's at. So Loki still gonna be coming out this year. It's one of the few things that they're like, yes. And the Marvels, right? It is funny the steps that they've kind of put in place for these films to come out, shows and other stuff like that. That the strike obviously is hurting Disney for multiple reasons. One of them being too much, really bad quality products coming out. Quantity over quality. That's all it's been lately after Endgame, pretty much. And when they try to think that streaming was going to be the future, when it really wasn't, it was just a bubble created because of the pandemic and all the other bullshit that was brought on from there. It inflated a bunch of these companies' egos into believing that streaming was the future. It was not going to be the future. Now you have stuff like, let's get this shit out of the way. Stuff like this, where Snow White is going to be probably relegated to a Disney Plus movie release instead of theatrical, because of how bad this chick is, disliked. Stuff like that, right? It's insane. And then, I would say, outright just cancel it, but they're like, nah, we've already put too much in there. They already had stuff from like Ariel, Not My Ariel, stuff like that. What makes it worse with this woman is that she claims to have liked the character, but then also in those interviews we saw, she so harshly, mocks Snow White as if this was just a nothing burger, when this film Snow White, the original, is the only reason Disney's at the point that they're at, right? Because Walt would have gone bankrupt, and he would have had to go work at a normal factory job, right? Or work at some other bullshit. He rolled the dice, got really fucking lucky, and made that success worth it. This chick is just squandering it, right? And you have analytical people telling them like, hey, you continue on this path, there may not be a Disney for very long. Having to sell it, right? Like, who might buy it? And then stuff like this that comes up, which I love. my Gandalf. Ian McKellen explains his job as an actor, not to presume to tell the audience what to think, ever, in anything I do. Now this is a elderly gay man, I might add, so the criticism can't be that, oh, he's a straight white male. I mean, I guess you could say that he's white, but whatever. That's still fucking racist. You got Gandalf over here saying that some comments basically came back up from 2003 when he was promoting Lord of the Rings. Back on Jonathan Watson's channel, he shared this, The One Ring, and in there it basically goes over what is the one message that you would like the audience to get, the one thing that will be the legacy of the Lord of the Rings movies. The Gandalf actor responded, I wouldn't presume to tell an audience what to think, ever, in anything I do. He continued, I am not a politician, I am not I'm not pamphleteer. I'm an actor, and I work on behalf of people who do the writing, who have the message. From there, he explained his role as an actor. My job is not to tell the audience anything. It's just to explain the person I'm playing beyond the side of the character I'm playing. Good or bad, I don't judge character. And later, Ian then provided an example. When I played Rich III, I didn't say, I'm going to tell the audience why they shouldn't like tyranny and dictators. I'm just going to go on, I just got on with explaining why Richard III turned out to be the way that he was. And the same with Gandalf. Do my best to impersonate them, but I can't anticipate the audience reaction. It's, basically, Ian comments are in the direct contrast to how actors promote their films today. You had Barbie and Blue Beetle, and of course Rachel Zegler promoting Snow White. You got them basically talking down to the fans, making fun of them, calling you phobic, istophobe, or whatever, don't watch it. And then when you don't watch it, why aren't you supporting these films? You know what I mean? It's just like, maybe don't call me names. Wild. Don't be so insulting to my intelligence that I can't figure this shit out. Hollywood has gone on a downward spiral simply because they're sniffing their ass too much, right? They're in a twisted world of ideologues that only exists in LA. It doesn't exist around in Texas, in Florida, in Missouri, in Nebraska, Montana, right? Fuck, even Hawaii, suffering greatly right now. Pray for the families in Hawaii. This tiny little thing here just goes to show the power of the many. When the main populace don't want to watch a fucking movie because it's interjected with political agenda and ideologues of like, hey, transgenderism, let's get that interjected in a kid's film. Let's start talking about boobies and dick and butt a little bit sooner, right? Trying to slip that in, at least in the animation or using other words. I get it, but we're getting to a point where they're trying to deny like those whole, it's nothing, bro. It's not that big a deal. It will be. That's how it gets to you. That's why with current Hollywood suffering the way they are, putting too much money into projects without any good writing backing them, stuff like that, right? And then also just talking down to people. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Sometimes I ramble on and it doesn't become a coherent statement, but that's what I got for y'all. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Is Hollywood failing? Are they ever going to recover from this? Will Disney get back on their feet, or will they be sold? Let me know down, and hopefully if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Have a good evening, good morning, and good night. I will catch y'all next time. Bye.